It's been a while, hasn't it? Yeah, welcome back to Game Week preview, and suppose you're shocked still to see me, but we've got a video to do, and another one later, so let's kick back on with the video. Well, what is up everyone? I've been away for a incredibly long time, let's just make that clear. Not going to be doing an update video, done plenty of them, and I never really go forth and listen to what I've just said. And I'll probably ignore the things that I say instead. Like, I'll give you 4 videos this week, or I'll upload every week. Basically, I've been away for a long time. If you've got any questions about why or what or FPL or anything, put them down in the comments and I'll answer them as honestly as possible, just so you guys can sort of get a clear understanding rather than me making a big update video. Anything you want to know, let me know. But with that being said, Game Week 23 is upon us. There's some juicy little fixtures. We've also got to start preparing ourselves for the blank game weeks and double game weeks, when you're going to use your wildcard. All that sort of business will be discussed this week, maybe in the first video, maybe in the second video. Make sure you stay tuned to both. But first, let's see who I think is going to be doing best out of the goalkeepers. Starting off my picks for the first time since Game Week 4, we've got Alisson of Liverpool, 5.9 million. Ederson from Manchester City. You got Foster from Watford, and you got David De Gea. David De Gea saves everything. If I can get my words out. From Manchester United for 5.7. Alisson's a weird one because normally you'd put faith in Liverpool. Obviously, they do have a few injury problems, but the big thing to consider is that the way they play. At home to Palace, they should be getting a clean sheet, and if not, Alisson's good enough to save a lot of the shots. And to add to that, long term wise, he's not going to have a blank game week this season once again, as Liverpool have I suppose flopped in the FA Cup again. So that's one thing you definitely need to take into account. 5.9 million means you can play him every single game week. May not have a double game week to get those double clean sheet points, so on and so forth, but if you're looking for someone just to play through in a strong looking defence, albeit a few injuries, Alisson is your man. You've also got Ederson from Manchester City. Maybe a couple of wobbles. The Chelsea lost, the 2 losses in a row, Palace and Leicester. Yeah, those little bit wobbles. And also the fact that I haven't really had too many clean sheets. They are easily exposed. I do think away against Huddersfield, who have recently departed from David Wagner, means that it should be a relatively smooth ride and probably a clean sheet as well. To add to that, you got Ben Foster. Watford team that are unpredictable. Them and Bournemouth, just you'd never know what you're going to get, and it makes for fascinating viewing. Foster 4.5. I think against Burnley you're looking at a clean sheet there, and I could be wrong, but 4.5 as well is a decent little option. And you've also got David De Gea at 5.7. Granted, the Manchester United defence is really poor, and that's one thing you've really got to take into account. The fact he made so many saves, and the fact he could make another game like that where they just let so many shots in and he makes so many saves, means a lot of points. But I do think 5.7 in a game that, you know, home to Brighton should be a smooth ride. I do think De Gea will get a clean sheet, hence he makes it into my picks. Moving on to the defenders, we've got Robertson, Holebas, Digne, Trippier, Laporte and Rice. Now coming in with Robertson, again like the Alisson thing, maybe a bit expensive, 6.7, now the most expensive defender in FPL, ahead of Marcos Alonso, and that could be a sign of more things to come with Alonso dropping and Robbo rising. He attacks well, he gets clean sheets. You know, what more can you say? He's a decent looking transfer. And another one who looks quite good is Holebas. He's had 9 goal involvements for the FPL this season, and I do think that will be set to continue. It'll be double figures at least, maybe 13, 14 by the end of the season, at least, maybe more, who knows. But 4.8 million gets you a really good attacking fullback, and that is really something you need to take a closer look at. Maybe not this game week, maybe not, but home to Burnley, I think, if you're looking for a transfer, I think he has to be considered if you're looking to take funds away from the defence to fund other players, i.e. Salah and players like that. You've also got Digne at 5.3. Now he is, again, another attacking fullback, another attacking left-footed fullback on set plays. Got himself 12 points last game week, thank goodness, because since I brought him in, he hasn't done anything, so I brought him in after his massive 2-goal haul. Digne at 5.3, really good looking option. You've also got Trippier, good attacking right fullback. I think he's a maybe a riskier choice than the other three, because Robbo, you're going to get more clean sheets. Spurs are selling Dembele, might have lost Sissoko to injury, means they haven't got the energy in midfield to constantly track back and forth. Son leaving for a while, Harry Kane injured. They're going to really lack depth in these next few game weeks when it could be a bit tough with the cup run and everything, so keep an eye out on Trippier. But I think for this game week, away against Fulham, you've got to be seeing maybe a goal involvement and a clean sheet for Trippier. You also got Laporte at 5.9. No real Man City defender has got goal involvement. Apart from Mendy, who's injured with 6 assists, you've got, I think, Walker and someone else on 1 goal, and you've got Laporte on 1 assist, and that's it. That is your goal involvement. So Laporte is just there for clean sheets basically. Maybe a few goal involvements to come, but I doubt it. And then lastly, we've got Rice at 4.4. Tremendous performance against Arsenal, winning goal and a clean sheet. And he's a defender. And he's playing in midfield, albeit holding midfield, but he's playing in midfield. So he's got that chance to get forward, score more goals. And at £4.4 million, he's an enabler and potentially something to really keep your eye on. Next season, if he carries on playing in midfield, he will be a midfielder. So take the chance whilst it's there. Now we head into the midfielders. We've got Pogba, Salah, Richarlison, Pereira, Felipe Anderson and Sane. Pogba for Manchester United at 8.5. Well, new lease of life, he's allowed to attack, and all of a sudden he is doing phenomenal things. Now granted, he had a blank against Newcastle, maybe thought, oh, the hype has died down, but a tremendous pass, tremendous through ball to Rashford for the only goal of the game against Spurs, with Rashford playing well and finishing it well as well, means that Pogba, anywhere on the pitch, is a threat. Goals and assists, keep that in mind. Mohamed Salah, £13.4 million, very much dug myself a grave and I can't get out now. Dug myself a very, very deep hole. Do not like Salah in terms of FPL. I think he's very expensive. Recently he has shown why he's going to be that much, but £13.4 million gets you a player that's not going to have a blank game week and has got some decent ties coming up, so look out for Mohamed Salah. You've also got Richarlison, not doing too well, but at the end of the bad spells for Richarlison, there's usually a short good period, and I think away against Southampton could be the start of that good period. Let's go on to Pereira. Every time I bring this bloke in, he doesn't score, and I bring him out and he scores goals and gets an assist, so he's basically a cheaper hazard. But Roberto Pereira, got the wrong ones there. He's a very, very good option, and at £6.3 million, again another enabler. Got Felipe Anderson at just £1 million more at £7.3 million. Again, like Richarlison, hasn't had too much attacking involvement recently, but at the end of those bad spells, there's usually a short good spell, so keep that in mind. And you've also got Leroy Sané. You never know. I mean, Aguero was benched, and Jesus, albeit a lot of jibes of posts saying he needed a bit of confidence after that Burton game, he seems to have got that confidence, and albeit the goals aren't fantastic goals, he's getting the goals and he looks confident getting the goals, and that's the thing that's important. So maybe Aguero might not be a good thing. I'd also put my money on Aguero playing this week, so you never know. But Leroy Sané at 9.6, very, very good option. And lastly, we've got the attackers. We've got Rashford, Jimenez, Vardy, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, I know, and Aguero. Rashford at 7.5, he's in phenomenal form. Next season he'll be double figures probably if he continues to keep that starting role away from Romelu Lukaku. At the moment, Everton looking like they've got a good deal, 75 million odd, whatever they paid for him. Yeah, Rashford looking good. If he takes a chance like he did against Spurs, he'll be a phenomenal player for the rest of the season. We'll have some blanks though, bearing in mind, if Man United don't go crashing out of the cup. But those double game weeks, he could be a very, very good looking pick. You also got Jimenez, good goal involvement, goals and assists equally combined, and Wolves face off against Burnley. So, no they don't, that's Watford. Wolves face off against Leicester, and I do think that's goals either end. Granted, I put Holobas in, but his attacking returns are good. So I do think Jimenez could be getting in some, maybe only an assist, but it's goal involvement nonetheless. And the way the strikers have gone recently, we could really do with that, because none of them are doing well. We've also got Vardy there. Again, need I say more? I think there's goals there. The fact that Leicester looked poor at the back sometimes, and also Willy Bolly is suspended for Wolves, meaning that they're going to have a replacement at the back. I'd put decent money on both of Vardy and Jimenez getting some attacking returns. Dominic Calvert-Lewin has had a good last 6 game weeks. Even when he's come off the bench, he's scored. He played 3 minutes in terms of FPL time last game week, and also got himself a goal. The second goal, a crucial goal. If he starts up front or comes off the bench, he's looking like a threat. And we've also got Aguero. It's an awkward one. Jesus could play, but I do think Aguero at Huddersfield, he'll rotate them, yada yada yada, blah blah blah. He could do, he could not, who knows. But I do think Aguero against Huddersfield, maybe Jesus will play against Burton again. In the following game weeks he'll be arrested, who knows. But I do think Aguero is a bit too big to play against Burton, so he might get the game against Huddersfield. And that happens to be that for this video. Hopefully you've enjoyed. Remember to like, comment and subscribe, and let me know in the comments down below. Do you hate me for just upping and leaving, or are you going to forgive me? Either or, I'm not going to mind. Again, put the comments down and I'll answer them as honestly as possible. Another thing to put out there, I have also been doing other stuff on YouTube. I'm part of the FPL Wildcats. Go over there and subscribe, they'll be down in the description. Great group of people, and also some very interesting guests as well to have into that. But yeah, look forward to doing another video and getting another video out later on today. But I'll see you all, hopefully, in the next video. Peace.